movie?
I was climbing up the rope, and getting ready to do the Superfly and, do a little wrestling and stuff. And,
Right.
doing some interviews, talking, about my partner, and everything. The producer, he dressed up in this, wild outfit and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like the manager for him, and I was doing all the talking. And it
Mm-hmm.
worked out really good, brother. It was, I really had fun doing it. The spirit was right and everything. And when everything came to the end, brother, it was so lovely. I mean, I would love to do it again.
Right. So do you think you'll pursue more acting roles?
I hope so, brother,
Okay.
I hope so.
Demetrius, you were saying you were.
Yeah, Jimmy. A lot of the wrestlers now are coming out with books talking about their careers and things of that nature. Is that something that you would like to do, or have you done it, or is it something that may be in the works for you down the line?
Well, right now I'm already started that about 4 or 5 months ago, and we're all trying to put it together. So I think by this year, I think we should have it out.
That's awesome.
All
Now,
right, sounds good. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Darius.
I was just going to ask him if he could give us, possibly a road story or an interesting story from his career that, something that might, whet our appetite for the book before it comes out.
Well, actually, this whole book is going to be starting like from when I was a kid, my whole story.
Right.
How it, worked up until now, till today, and the whole thing. And, that's the whole thing about my book is my whole life. And, the places where I've been before I came to the United States of America and all these things. And, but it's going to turn out real well, brother. It's going to be nice. There's nothing nasty or dirty about it. Everything is just straightforward,
Right.
And, it's a lesson good for, people that wants to read it and know how I raised up. And, I got to tell them about my lifestyle story,
Right. Definitely.
Right. Now, are you gonna? Is that something that you're gonna? The book, get that published independently or on your own, or is that something that you're going to work out a deal with the WWE with, or have you not thought that far ahead yet?
Well, right now I'm doing it on my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've had a long storied career. Backstage, did you pull any pranks, or were you any of that type of stuff going on while you were in the WWE or anywhere else?
What do you mean, Bob?
Were you a prankster, jokester? Did you pull any, funny pranks on people?
Oh, we always have fun, making everybody laugh. I don't do anything bad to them or anything. Just,
Right.
Just talk with them and feel the spirit, and, timing's got to be right for everything,
Right. Well, who's the easiest to get along with out of all the people you work with in the ring?
Well, brother, there's, mostly all of them, mostly the guys that, Piper was one of them, Don Morocco, these are the guys that I kind of more or less stick around with and talk with them and educate ourselves to say, come on, guys, we're a team here, man. Let's go take care of business, you know what I mean?
Right, definitely.
And, that's a lovely thing when you can be close to people that wants to make money, and think about their families and their future, and, it's fantastic, brother. It's a lovely feeling when all that could be, accomplished,
Right. Now, as a minority in wrestling, there's not that many, and there definitely wasn't that many when you broke into the business. Did you have any problems with any promoters or other wrestlers being a minority in wrestling?
Not at all, brother. Not at all. You know, I'm a very humble guy. You know, I don't stick my nose up in the air. You know, I just, just be happy and make sure that when I talk to other people and stuff like that, I want them to be happy too before I can carry on a conversation, you know?
Right. And you interacted with Hogan and all the top stars. How did they treat you while you were there? Did they work with you as they're on the same level as you, or did, even though you're a Hall of Famer yourself, some people have bigger egos in this business than others? Did you feel any conflict there?
You know what, brother? I got along good with, everybody, you know?
Right.
Hulk Hogan, he was a little different character, you know? He wants to be Hulk Hogan and everything, and which was good, you know? I was proud of him, and because I helped him, with things that he needed to know and stuff like that, and Vince McMahon, Senior, that died, God bless him, and he's the one that put Hulk Hogan with me so I can take him around and teach him the ropes, and
right.
And I loved it. And he's a great guy, but he takes care number one, and I love that.
You love that? All right. You mentioned Vince McMahon. Everybody who talks about their first impression of Vince is they talk about the intimidation factor. And did you feel that when you first met Vince?
You mean senior or junior?
Junior.
Oh, he was a great guy, brother. He still is a great guy. I get along with him. He's
right.
a business guy,
Right.
and that's just the way he is, brother. I got no hard feelings against him or anything, but he's just a strictly business guy, and I love the whole family. We all grew up together in the business. He's boy and my boy, and his daughter. We always been close, and the lovely thing about it is that I'm still involved with them, brother, and I love that.
Good. Shane and Demetrius, were y'all about to say anything?
Yeah, I was going to ask, I'm stealing one of your questions, Darius, but I know the WWE, which owns ECW, doesn't recognize the NWA ECW title wins, and you being the first NWA ECW title holder, how do you feel that they don't really recognize that title?
That's okay with me, brother. All I know is that as long as you people know about it, that's what I love the most.
See, I just wrote an article we write on Bleacher Report where I was talking about a lot of people get carried away with the titles and the belts, and so you're not one who, you've won a long list of titles. I don't know if people recognize it because I don't believe you won any in the WWE, but you've won them everywhere else. So the titles don't mean that much to you, or?
Well, actually, though, brother, my way of thinking, it would have been nice if I would have got the belt.
Right.
But then again, that once you get a belt, you're going to lose it, right?
Right. Right.
All right, well, I'm not a loser, okay?
All right, I could...
the only championship belt there is your wonderful people in this beautiful, wonderful world. And that's all I care about. I'm not glory about the belt. If they want to give it to me, that's fine. But mostly it's between you wonderful people and myself, your heart, my heart. I want you to come there, have fun in the arenas where you're at, get your frustrations out there, brother, and cut it loose, man, and I want you to go home happy, you know what I mean? That's my whole gimmick, man.
And it seems true to heart. Maybe that's why. Maybe if you're not that pushy on the belt.